Elon Musk. In 1971, a boy named Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, a kid who spent hours reading comic books and dreaming about rockets. By 12, he had taught himself programming and sold a simple game called Blastar for $500. Not content with small successes, Musk left home at 17 for Canada and eventually landed in the US, chasing the dreams of Silicon Valley. He went to the University of Pennsylvania, earning degrees in physics and economics, then headed to Stanford for a PhD in energy physics, but dropped out after just 2 days. Musk's first major venture was Zip2, a software company he co-founded with his brother Kimball in 1996. The idea helped newspapers put maps and business directories online. Money was tight, and the brothers hustled day and night, sleeping in their office when needed. 4 years later, Compaq bought Zip2 for nearly $300 million, giving Musk his first real payday. Next came X.com, an online bank founded in 1999, which later morphed into PayPal after merging with Confinity. eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002, with Musk taking home around $165 million. With cash in hand and big dreams, Musk turned to space. SpaceX started in 2002 with a handful of engineers and Musk's personal fortune. Early rockets failed spectacularly. The first 3 Falcon 1 launches blew up. Morale was low, and investors were nervous. Musk even poured in more personal money, risking bankruptcy. In 2008, the 4th launch succeeded. NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Meanwhile, Tesla Motors, which Musk joined in 2004, stumbled through production hell with the Roadster and later the Model S, nearly running out of cash during the financial crisis. But Model S hit the streets in 2012 and rewrote expectations for electric cars. Tesla's growth has been wild, from the Model 3 ramping production to the gigafactories in Shanghai, Berlin, and Texas. Musk diversified: Solar City, Powerwall batteries, The Boring Company, Neuralink, and a push into autonomous robotaxis. Despite controversy, tweets, lawsuits, and near misses, Musk's combined stakes in Tesla, SpaceX, and ventures like Neuralink have placed him at the top of the billionaire lists, valued at over $400 billion at peak net worth. Mark Zuckerberg. In 1984, Mark Zuckerberg entered the world in White Plains, New York, showing early flair for programming and chess. By high school, he had built messaging apps and music software. At Harvard in 2002, Zuckerberg coded FaceMash, a site that rated student photos, an early warning of his talent for viral, sometimes controversial ideas. He quickly pivoted to Facebook. Within 2 years, Facebook expanded beyond campuses, opening to anyone over 13. Facebook made money first with tiny banner ads, then introduced the newsfeed, combining posts and highly targeted ads. That revenue powered buyouts: Instagram in 2012 for $1 billion, WhatsApp in 2014 for $19 billion, turning potential rivals into allies. The IPO in 2012 briefly valued the company near $100 billion. But success came with stumbles. Cambridge Analytica's scandal in 2018 shook trust, costing the company about $134 billion in market value in a week. Zuckerberg doubled down on the future, betting on virtual and mixed reality. Oculus had been acquired in 2014. In 2021, he rebranded the company as Meta and poured billions into Hardware Labs and Horizon, a virtual world platform. Meanwhile, AI became the focus. Meta's Llama model powers chatbots in Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and devices like smart glasses. Meta's market cap has bounced around $1 trillion, anchored by advertising dominance and new AI tools. Zuckerberg is still chasing the next big thing: AI glasses. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Fascinated by gadgets and engineering as a child, he rigged up alarm systems and developed a keen analytical mind. After graduating from Princeton in electrical engineering and computer science, he worked on Wall Street before spotting the internet's explosive potential. In 1994, he quit his job, drove to Seattle, and wrote a business plan for an online bookstore in the passenger seat of his car. Amazon.com went live in 1995 from his garage. Bezos shipped books in cardboard boxes, often from home, reinvesting profits into better warehouses and faster delivery. The dot-com crash of 2000 wiped out hundreds of startups, but Bezos kept spending, betting on fulfillment efficiency and infrastructure. Prime launched in 2005, promising 2-day shipping, a subscription model that would become one of the most important parts of Amazon's dominance. Amazon Web Services, a side project begun in the early 2000s, turned into a colossal cloud business by 2006, Offering storage and computing in the arm's reach, this was a massive thing back then. Its profits funded other bets: Alexa, Whole Foods, and even Amazon Studios. Bezos stepped down in 2021, leaving Andy Jassy at the helm. By 2025, Amazon's revenue hit $155 billion in a single quarter, with AWS alone bringing in $29 billion. Bezos' fortune has consistently ranked him among the richest in the world, fueled by his stake in the empire he built from books. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison was born in 1944 in New York City and raised by his aunt and uncle in Chicago. Ellison excelled in math and science, but dropped out of 2 universities before heading west to California. Inspired by a research paper on relational databases, he co-founded software development laboratories in 1977, which would become Oracle. Oracle's early years were rough. Competitors were bigger, IBM was dominant, but he pushed Oracle to develop the first commercial SQL-based relational database, and sales grew quickly. Oracle went public in 1986, giving Ellison enormous wealth. He expanded the company aggressively, acquiring competitors, pushing cloud services late but effectively, and diversifying into hardware. Ellison became known for big bets outside of software. He bought the Hawaiian island of Lanai, invested in real estate, and acquired the luxury yacht Octopus. Oracle's revenue grew steadily, and by 2025, Ellison's net worth hovered around $250 billion, making him one of the richest men alive. Built on database dominance and a liking for bold, sometimes crazy investments, he even beat Elon Musk at some point, becoming the richest man alive. Bernard Arnault. In 1949, Bernard Arnault was born in Roubaix, France, the son of a civil engineer and a business-minded mother. He studied engineering but gravitated toward business early, joining his father's construction company. By the mid-1970s, he was eyeing luxury goods. In 1984, he seized a controlling stake in Financière Agache, which gave him influence over the struggling fashion house Christian Dior. Arnault's moves were bold. He bought Louis Vuitton, merged it with Dior to create LVMH in 1987, and set about turning the whole thing into a global luxury business. Critics doubted his aggressive acquisition style, and some early buys stumbled, Jean Patou and Le Bon Marché, for example. But Arnault learned to combine brands under a single strategic vision while letting each retain its identity. He pushed for international expansion, from Asia to the US. Under Arnault, LVMH now owns more than 70 luxury brands and dominates fashion, jewelry, wines, and spirits. Despite occasional dips during economic downturns, Arnault's net worth once even surpassed $200 billion, making him the richest person in Europe and one of the top globally. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, showing a talent for numbers early. At 11, he bought his first stock, and by 13, he filed his first tax return. Buffett studied at the University of Nebraska, then Columbia Business School under Benjamin Graham, whose philosophy of value investing shaped his approach: buy undervalued companies with strong fundamentals and hold them long-term. Buffett returned to Omaha, building his fortune through Buffett Partnership Limited, which eventually merged into Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire was originally a struggling textile mill, but Buffett turned it into an investment vehicle. He acquired insurers, utilities, and companies like See's Candies and Geico, letting them run independently while providing capital for expansion. Buffett's famous discipline meant avoiding tech bubbles and high-risk fads, even missing out on early internet profits. Yet his steady approach paid off. Berkshire's stock compounded wealth for decades, making Buffett a billionaire multiple times over. Today, his net worth hovers around $150 billion. Known for his sparing lifestyle despite immense wealth, Buffett still lives in the Omaha house he bought in 1958 and advises leaders worldwide on financial wisdom. Larry Page. Larry Page was born in 1973 in East Lansing, Michigan, the son of 2 computer science professors. Programming and tech came naturally, and by high school he was experimenting with search algorithms. At Stanford in the mid-1990s, he met Sergey Brin. They turned a research project called Backrub into Google, incorporating the company in 1998 from a suburban garage with an initial $100,000 investment. Page's insight was revolutionary: rank websites by links pointing to them, creating more relevant search results than competitors. Google's minimalist interface and accuracy helped it grow explosively. By 2000, it had tens of millions of queries daily, monetizing through AdWords, where advertisers only paid per click. Page guided Google through major acquisitions: Android in 2005, YouTube in 2006, sometimes facing skepticism about high price tags. Both became crucial to Google's dominance. Page led the company's reorganization into Alphabet in 2015, separating projects like self-driving cars, AI, and health tech from the profitable core search and ad business. Google's AI ambitions intensified in the 2020s, with models like Gemini and massive data centers giving it a leg up in AI-powered search and productivity tools. Page's wealth, tied to his stake in Alphabet, ranks him consistently among the world's richest, hovering around $250 billion, and reflects a mix of vision, engineering brilliance, and long-term patience.